Vlog, everybody. I chose the best day to do this because it is cloudy and windy, so apologies in advance for any wind noise you might hear, which you'll probably hear quite a lot. But so in this video, it's going to be a quick video, that's for sure. I want to talk about the Mustang EcoBoost and why I think it is an underrated car. Because I have been seeing cars come by, but I have been seeing quite a few comments about the Mustang EcoBoost talking about how it's not a real Mustang, all Mustangs need a V8. And you know, the common arguments that go against the Mustang EcoBoost, and I've had it for about 1 year now. I've had experience with it, I've pushed it, I've taken it easy, and really got into the car, you know what I mean? I've lived with it for that long. I think I would know a little bit about it. So I think it is a amazing vehicle. I'll go into more detail in a little bit, but I just want to touch up on a few major points before I get started. The EcoBoost, the new path that Ford's going, they're putting a lot of money into it. They're putting a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Time and effort into perfecting it. So you can imagine, whenever you call out the Mustang EcoBoost, you gotta take note that Ford is really putting a lot of effort into this new path they're going down. So just keep that in mind as we go about this. So we have a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. That was a mouthful, but it's pushing about 230 horsepower to the wheels, and is actually a pretty quick car. And not to mention, people look at this and think, wow, it is a slow car, not a, well, first off, the major argument, not a V8. And let's see what we have here. Ford Raptor driving by, that's pretty nice. But anyways, this engine is very underrated, and the whole entire car itself is underrated. And later on in the video, I'll show you exactly how quick it is so you can see it for yourself. But I'm pretty happy with this car. It does get better gas mileage than the V8, so that's a major point of this car. And people again bring the argument, it's not a V8. You buy a car not for the gas mileage, especially a Mustang. You buy it just for the enjoyment. But I like to save some money with the gas, and this is actually a really good compromise. If you want the Mustang experience but don't want to spend all your money on a V8 that will just completely suck up all the gas and all your money, then I recommend this. So I'm gonna get out of this area real quick and get off the street. I've had quite a few cars drive by, and they're kind of just staring at me, so I'll just get this moving right now and we'll show you exactly what it can do. So now that was actually a pretty short video. Just a quick video at least of what the car is actually capable of doing. I probably sound like I'm talking like this car is a really quick supercar or the Ford GT, but it is actually a pretty good car. As you saw in that one video, it was a pretty quick acceleration, and it did the job pretty well. It's a quick car. It is I believe, well, yeah, I would say it's a good Mustang experience. Again, it's not a V8. One problem I have with it, actually, I'm turning these off real quick. One of the big problems I have with this car is the exhaust. Now, it is a 4-cylinder, so obviously I can't say too much about it and say it's not like a GT, because it's not a V8, obviously. So, the exhaust, not that good. Even aftermarket exhausts are not the best for the car. They make this sound like a Ford Focus, or some of the lesser ones make it sound like a Honda Civic. So, right there, when it comes down to the exhaust, I give it about maybe a 5 out of 10. That's decent. Stock, just if you get this car, keep it stock. Don't do anything to it that would drastically change the sound, because it's gonna stay. Because well, first off, the exhaust, the stock one's pretty nice. It's a very basic, kind of deep note when you do cold starts. But if you go anywhere like straight piping it or getting an aftermarket exhaust, there's very few that can actually keep a deep tone and keep the EcoBoost sounding like an EcoBoost and not a ricer. And now one thing I want to talk about is the automatic transmission. So when I got the car, I wanted it to be more of a daily driver, not a not necessarily a weekend car. When you have a stick shift GT, it's not really the best car to drive when you're stuck in traffic. You know the problems that come, or not the problems, but the annoyances that come with driving a stick shift vehicle. So I got this as automatic, and here it's normal PRND. Look at the sport mode right here. So the sport mode, what it does is activates paddle shifters located here and here, like a paddle shifters would be, and that's actually a very, very fun driving experience. That's what I use for the most part. So now these paddle shifters are not bad. So watch right here. It is a very quick and smooth shift, and just like that. It is a very simple paddle shifter system going on here, and I was pretty happy. A lot of cars have a sluggish or not so accurate shifting when it comes to paddle shifters, but it's a good job here. I really happy with it. So as you can see right there, it tells you what gear you're in, and if you're in, let's say you're going 5,000 RPM, you have 5,000 RPMs, and you try downshifting, this will pop up. The car will not let you downshift, which is actually a helpful feature if you don't exactly know how to shift. If you're not too sure how that works, then the car will save your car and won't shift. Unlike some stick shift cars that you can just shift whenever you want to and quite possibly damage the transmission. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to, is the Mustang EcoBoost worth it? I can't speak for some reason, but is it worth it? I think it is. I would say it's a definite yes for me. It gets the job done. It is not a V8, and if you walk into the dealership wanting a Mustang EcoBoost with the thought of you thinking, oh, it's not a V8, or I want a vehicle that's similar to the V8, the GT, then you're not going to like it, because honestly it is completely different than the Mustang GT. You have the GT and the EcoBoost, and they're very, very different cars. Obviously 4-cylinder and V8, but people see the Mustang badge and think, okay, it's a Mustang, I'm going to get the GT driving experience and what it feels like to have a V8. You're wrong, right? The EcoBoost is completely different, and it is a very, very fun car. I enjoy it after 1 year of owning it. I'm happy with it. Looks pretty good too. I mean, there's some noble features in the front where you can tell it's not a GT. Obviously the 5-point on the side, the grill's a little bit different, and the back does say GT. So I say it's worth it. So this was a short YouTube video just explaining why I think the Mustang EcoBoost is worth it, and in case you actually pay attention to my channel, this is my first time posting in a long time. I'll talk more about it in a different video, but mostly because I didn't have enough time to constantly post YouTube videos on a daily basis. But now I'm back, and I hope to be posting as much as I can. So if you enjoy this video, like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate every one of you that will do that. If there's anything you want to see in the video, or you have any sort of feedback, just go ahead and leave a comment. Really appreciate that. I read through all of them. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Have an awesome day.